Welcome back to Turnbuckle Banter. This is episode 4.
4. Number cuatro.
Thank you. Thank you for
Figure
clarifying
4.
that. It is,
Sorry.
we are 1 week out from Rumble.
Oh my goodness.
Saturday night's main event was last night.
Yes.
So we have a lot to catch up on.
Lots to catch up. But first, I want us to actually start, we're going to, you know what, throw this away. I want to actually start with Unreal.
Let's do it.
Because I'm a fan. We talked about this in the previous episodes. I'm a fan of that show, yeah, in Netflix. And we talked about why before, but once that actually aired this week and we got to see we kind of binged them a little bit. I think we finished them in like 2 days.
Yeah, we did.
It just proved why, number one, I love professional wrestling. 2, I love the theatrics and what Paul Heyman called performance art.
Mm-hmm.
And also why we're also invested. In my opinion, all the things that happen on the behind the scenes to lead to whatever we do see in front, what we see at the in the ring or in promotions or things of that nature, like, it's just awesome. I wanted to kind of start there. What were your thoughts?
I've seen a lot of kind of controversial opinions regarding this season of Unreal. And I think, first of all, I want to say that generally we kind of agree with the way WWE does things. And
Yeah.
There obviously we don't agree with every single thing that is being booked or how they're pushing or not pushing certain people. But at the end of the day, I think they know what they're doing. The people who are in creative are there because they've been around wrestling their whole entire lives.
Right.
That being said, one of my biggest issues in that season was the Chelsea Green commentary.
Yeah.
Or the commentary about
that
Chelsea
caught
Green.
us by surprise, because we were talking about the prospect of Chelsea being featured again as one of the only wrestlers who was featured in season 1 that's also being featured in season 2. So we thought coming into the show's premiere that was a positive, that the company is probably seeing something and they want to highlight her. And it's like, that's awesome. Can't wait to see. And then when the episode comes through and we are watching freaking Hayes.
Michael Hayes.
This dude comes on screen and basically, for all intents and purposes, designates Chelsea a jobber.
Yeah,
she's a jobber.
Literally, that's
basically
what he did.
That's what he said. He's like, she's not. Let's go there for a second. He goes, she's not built like Tiffany or like a Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking over here, okay, what do we mean by not built like Tiffany, like Charlotte? And then I'm thinking, okay, maybe he is referring to like champion material, or maybe he's referring to like main eventer. And then we saw that on Wednesday, that episode. And then Friday night SmackDown rolls around and there is a match where Charlotte Flair is in.
Uh-huh.
There's a tag team between Charlotte and Alexa and Kiana and Julia, which we'll talk about it in a little bit. But Charlotte botches a couple of moves, which, by the way, I feel like she averages like 2 to 3 botches per match. Like, at this point in her career, I don't know if it's that she's just kind of laid back and like, kind of, the body maybe is not as fast or as agile.
She's not than Chelsea Green.
Right.
And she's been injured, but she has been around the block and she's the veteran.
She's the veteran. In that match on Friday, she was a veteran, and to miss a couple of spots, to botch a couple of moves, and to just generally look a little bit lazier than usual. Then I'm over here thinking, what is Michael Hayes referring to when he says that Chelsea's not built like a Charlotte? When I'm literally looking at Chelsea leave everything in the ring on a 5-minute squash match against Jade, which has no business being like that and being booked like that. And then we see Charlotte basically doing a mediocre, a standard, okay performance.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see what you're saying here. Chelsea definitely, by far, has better skills, at least today, at least this past week, the week before. She has better in-ring presence. She makes everybody else look so well, so good. She's great on the mic. And she takes all those bumps. She takes them like a trooper. You know, like it's really good performance in and out of the ring. How are we saying that she is not to the caliber of XYZ wrestler? Beyond me.
Right. I would say she's at a higher caliber. Like,
yeah,
it's not like she's just an entertainer and she's good in the ring, but she's excellent in the ring. That spot that she took at Money in the Bank last year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Was it, no,
2 years ago. Yeah.
Or 2 Money in the Banks ago. Oh my God. For her to lose.
Yeah.
Like,
and she was the one that asked for it.
Exactly.
She's like,
she
I'm going to be in my
spot.
hometown. Right? It's going to be in Canada. I want to take a crazy spot. I want to be thrown from inside of the ring into some tables. And she took it. And like the whole point was that she wanted it to be booked that way.
Right.
To make Tiffany look like a legend.
Yeah. And it's not fair for them to take advantage of her like that, because Chelsea Green will be the first person to take the fall for somebody else. But I think, and I already said this on TikTok, but just because you have somebody who's willing to take the fall and is willing to take the pin to make somebody else look good doesn't mean they're not championship material. I mean, it's the opposite. Cody in one of his podcasts said something like, they call taking the pin like doing the honors.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody has to go through that in their career, and Chelsea will gladly do it over and over again, but it's time for her to stop taking the fall.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, though, she can take the fall every week, and she's still just as good, just as relevant, just as entertaining. But
we were really excited when the match was announced for Friday Night SmackDown that she was going to go against Jade, because last week, as you heard us say, we were like, we really hope the reason why she dropped the U.S. title to Julia again, for no apparent reason, was that we were hoping that she was going to get a push elsewhere. And then suddenly here we get into Friday Night SmackDown, and boom, she has a match with Jade. And so we were kind of contemplating, oh my God, like, wild scenario here. What if like Jordynne Grace comes out, distracts Jade because they have a beef going on, and then by accident,
she steals it.
Chelsea wins the title. Like, Jade is doing nothing with that championship. In Canada, that place would have popped.
Yeah.
In Canada, like, that place would have erupted, and she would have taken that title. And to be honest with you, based on what Jade is doing today, man, Chelsea would have, she would have made that title be fun to watch.
Yeah. I will say there is a talent problem on SmackDown, because...
Yeah. And they talked about it in Unreal.
Yeah. And because all of the top women are in the tag team division right now, which is cool. I'm enjoying the tag team division, but I don't really understand why there's so much talent on Raw, but for some reason on SmackDown, there's just nobody in the women's division. And I don't know if they put the U.S. title back on Julia to protect Chelsea, but that doesn't really make sense either. And then I will say that part of the reason that Jade's run has not been really anything, and she's not defending, is because there's not many people to defend,
of course,
from. And that's why they put her against like Michin and stuff. But I think right now they have Jade, Chelsea, and Jordynne, and I would love to continue seeing the three of them feud and eventually lead to a championship change, because I just I don't see Jade being a long reigning champion.
Yeah, not at this point in her career. I mean, I think she's less than 2 years into her career with WWE. I know she's done stuff before, but like in WWE, and like some of that was kind of in and out. She had to do developmental stuff. She got injured, all that stuff. So, anyways, to the talent problem, and that goes back to what we saw in Unreal with Chelsea. So they're in the creative room, and Road Dogg is basically advocating for Chelsea. He's like, and by the way, this is back when Chelsea had dropped the title to Julia for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of doing creative on that, like the next steps. And Road Dogg is like, not like, he basically said like, nothing is happening with this title. Like, let's put it back on Chelsea. Let's make it fun again.
Yeah.
Let's do something fun with it.
There's nobody for anybody to defend it against, but Chelsea at least is entertaining to see on our screen every
Of course.
week.
And then I want to talk about real quick what I saw in that creative meeting. Because what I saw was, I saw an advocate for a wrestler. And then I saw a creative leader who is not only concerned about the now, but he's also concerned about the later. And I'm not like, oh, Triple H, but liquor and all this stuff. That to the side doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to like objectively look at this. What they didn't say in that meeting, and maybe they said it and they cut it and they didn't put it. But what was not shown in that meeting is them acknowledging that there is a true problem with there's just a gap. There's a hole in SmackDown as it relates to female talent that can go in the mid card.
Yeah.
And do things to the likes of the U.S. Open Challenge that the guys over on Raw. Raw is SmackDown still, I think.
Yeah, it's SmackDown.
Yeah. So we had Ilya go once again with Carmelo Hayes, but there's a bunch of others that Carmelo has already worked, and there's a long line that Ilya worked, and so all these guys, there's such depth in the mid card that you can do something like that, and every week you can have a new challenger. Mm-hmm. We have other issues with the Open Challenge itself innately, but the fact remains, you still have a good deep roster that can go. You can put one new person every week, and it's not going to be boring.
Yeah,
you don't have that with the female roster in SmackDown, and so what I heard Triple H say to Road Dogg is like, yeah, cool, we put it back on Chelsea, but then who's she gonna defend it against? She's already run through and beaten all the mid carders. So are we gonna just have her do that again? Like, in a way, I see that as protecting Chelsea, and also in a way, without acknowledging it, them talking about that gap, which is something that they can't throw a Band-Aid on it. They need to fix. And so when Chelsea dropped the title once again to Julia, we really thought, okay, maybe it's because now they're thinking something different for Chelsea, which apparently turns out it's not.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna be mad that she lost or anything, but I thought they were at least gonna get a little bit more screen time. Like, for saying that, oh, we don't have enough talent and we don't have enough people to continue defending against or whatever. If you are gonna have a defense, make it worthwhile. Why was that a squash match?
And it doesn't help. It had been a while since Chelsea had a squash match, or Chelsea was squashed. That, because even her last match with Julia, it was a pretty long match. It was a 2-segment match. And Chelsea and Julia went back and forth, like, it looked pretty even. So when you don't have Chelsea lose in a squash in a while, you kind of get in a place where you can potentially justify her really going the distance at a higher level.
Right.
And it's not like anybody's going to look over and be like, oh my God. By the way, you literally had Trick Williams struggle to beat Rey Fenix in his first match in SmackDown. Dude barely, like, it was booked to look like he barely could beat Rey Fenix. So much so that he had to like cheat his way and pull tights to win. Because you look at both of them and you're like, of course, Trick Williams is going to beat this little guy's, ass. But no, they booked them equal. They almost booked them that Rey Fenix was somewhat better.
Yeah.
Why don't you do something like that with Chelsea? I don't know, beyond me.
Right, exactly. Because again, you're trying to put Trick Williams as a main card talent, and then you have Rey Fenix, who right now he's still kind of mid card.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't make sense, some of these booking decisions.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that we saw from Unreal, and it kind of just translated. It was so interesting because Unreal Season 2 was filmed from the timelines where WrestleMania through SummerSlam and all the stories that they wanted to highlight in that 4-month period.
And we're going to get more of the season.
Right.
I'm excited about that.
I'm glad that they're seeing that there is an audience for this, so much so that last time they did season 1, it was about a year until they announced that a season 2 was being worked on. In this one, they didn't even wait. Right at the end of episode, that's not a spoiler, but right at the end of last episode of this season, said we'll return on summer 2016. Yeah. So like 2026. Sorry. My goodness, I want to be.
Let's go back.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
But anyways, 2026. So that's like around the corner. I'm assuming that takes us through Survivor Series probably, which is fun. Yeah. We went to Survivor Series, so that's going to be interesting.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, but anyways, we're looking at that progression, right, from WrestleMania through SummerSlam, and it kind of, it's interesting to me that the issues that they had in that 4-month period are issues that we are seeing week to week right now in January, which means 6 months have gone by and there's still no fix.
Yeah.
There's still a Julia problem. There's still a Chelsea booking problem. There's still a Jade problem. Like mostly on SmackDown, it seems like the issues around creative and booking, to be honest, I feel like Raw is a little bit more stable as it relates to the talent. I mean, like mid-card is on fire with Becky Lynch, Maxxine, and we haven't even gotten to see what's next, which we might start seeing this week, where it's okay, cool. What's gonna happen now between Maxxine and Natalya? We'll talk about that in a moment. Is Liv gonna go and pursue title at the level of Vaquer, and what does that mean against Raquel? Or is she going mid card and going for that Intercontinental Championship? She's never gone for it, I don't think. Or if she has, I don't think she's won it. So, anyways, there's a lot to unpack on the Raw side. A lot of things happened.
Yes, and Raw is always jam packed every single week, and SmackDown, at least the women's division on SmackDown, has been unorganized.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Which is so interesting because SmackDown, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because last year, you remember, like last year they were like on fire on the tag division for males. Mm-hmm. Like they had like 5 really good tag teams, and they were all going week to week against each other. Like we haven't even seen the Machine Guns in a while.
Actually, I think they either had or are going to have a match on AAA.
There you go. So they're
cool.
being booked somewhere else. Right. But the problem is,
and Street Profits are gone right now too.
Yeah, the Street Profits are gone, and they had like killer matches. Gargano is out, or Tommaso Ciampa is out, so Gargano is kind of alone now. Like it just kind of disintegrated. But SmackDown was on fire, and we used to say, "Dang, Raw's tag team division sucks."
Yeah.
When SmackDown was on fire, and now it's like, it's like there's always something going on.
The men's tag team division in SmackDown was like holding up that show.
Oh yeah.
Raw, it's kind of but to that point, one more thing I want to say about the women's division in SmackDown is that I enjoyed the men's SmackDown division or SmackDown tag division so much because not only were the tag teams having crazy tag team matches, but also the talent in the tag teams were also getting mid-card opportunities and stuff like that. So why isn't Lash Legend having a match against Jade or even Julia?
Because
She would kick their ass.
she would basically.
Yeah. Anyway,
There's so much. There's so much. And again, like
so much to
we're
unpack.
not the. I like the fact that we're not the type of fan that nitpicks at all of this, for the purpose of devaluing
Right.
what we're seeing on TV and where we think the direction is going. I don't think we nitpick to devalue it. I think we nitpick it in like, this, kind of a miss here, or feel like they should have done this or whatever. But like, it's not like we never come back to the product. Man, like, creative sucks and Triple H this and all these people like that. Dude, like just, sit down and watch or don't watch.
We love watching. We're going to continue watching every single week. We love the storylines.
Yeah.
Are we happy with every single thing they do? No, but of course not. You're not gonna watch a scripted movie and be like, everything was perfect in that movie.
I was about to say, when have you sat down through your favorite show? And maybe if it's your favorite show, you're gonna be biased. But when have you sat down through a show that you feel like you like and you come back to watch? It's very rare that every single episode of every single season was 10 out of 10. Like, there's some things that are gonna happen. It's all this, like, this is the nature of the game. Like, not everybody's gonna be agreeing with the things that you are enjoying, that you want to see. A lot of people last night, and we'll talk about this too, but a lot of people last night were like over the moon that Sami Zayn won.
Right.
We have been talking about how we feel like Sami Zayn should not be in the position that he's being put in with Drew McIntyre.
I feel conflicted about Sami Zayn because Sami's an awesome wrestler and he goes out there and I feel like he does give 100% with his energy and the promos and everything, but I don't know what it is that's not doing it for me. Like, I loved Sami Zayn as like the underdog, and he had a match with Roman Reigns. I don't remember when, but we were all kind of rooting for him to potentially win.
Oh yeah, the Elimination Chamber.
And I don't know if it's maybe that he's been kind of trying to break into that scene for so long that now we're just kind of like, nah, Sami, you're going to be a mid-card title forever. Like,
basically.
I don't know what it is. And I don't want to hate on Sami Zayn, but
I think he just needs to turn heel. He works better as a heel than... We've already said it. I mean, I'm just waiting for KO to come back. I think we all are. But if he comes back, hopefully he comes back as a heel and he brings Sami with him and we get one good like duplicate run of what we saw a few years back when they basically ran the tag division as heels.
I loved them as a tag team.
Yeah.
But I was telling you that I was like, I would be okay with Sami winning the title if it meant that Kevin Owens comes back and they feud, because those guys, their chemistry is just incredible.
Some of their matches,
love Kevin Owens.
Some of their matches, even from NXT, like 5-star matches. These two are crazy because they'll literally do whatever they want to each other.
Oh yeah.
Not care. Like they'll bust each other up, bleed, like throw each other through tables, through ladders, through whatever.
Those guys are crazy.
If the match against Cody Rhodes where they did a lot ladders between Cody and KO was crazy, like a year ago, Sami and KO do even crazier together because of that chemistry.
The other men's match I really want to talk about on Raw was CM Punk versus Finn Balor.
Man.
Wow.
What a match. What a match.
We love Finn Balor, and I kind of was just okay with the fact that I think Finn is comfortable in the Judgment Day and, doing the gimmick that he's doing and not really being a top title contender. Mm-hmm. But, oh my gosh, him against CM Punk and him coming back with the Prince Balor gimmick and his original song. Oh my, it was so
I yelped
awesome.
a little bit. I was like, as soon as the lights started turning down, I was like, I looked over to the side and I was like, Shelby, what if they bring him out with his OG song? And as soon as it started, it had been so long that it took me like a couple of seconds to realize
Like, wait, is it the song?
it is. Because, sometimes they do like a tweak where like they
Yeah.
use 2 seconds of one song and then they go to the next one. They did that with the Celtic Warrior a little while ago where, he Sheamus wanted to come back with his song and then they did like a little bit of a, we'll use the first few seconds of your old song and then we'll go back to the new song. So I was like a little bit cautiously optimistic. So it took me a couple seconds to be like, and then I just got up and like, as I'm sure most people in the internet, I saw a bunch of TikToks. We all did the emote, the Finn Balor emote.
Well, like Finn was in his hometown, of course, but people were booing CM Punk.
Yeah.
Becky was also in her hometown, and
but
still
she
getting
was
booed.
not. But Maxxine was not being booed against Becky. In fact, Becky was still being booed somewhat.
Right. So Finn Balor getting people to boo CM Punk.
That match
He's like the ultimate babyface
that match
right
was
now.
a classic. To be honest with you, it was a pay-per-view caliber match.
Mhm.
It was everything that we kind of expected out of Finn Balor. CM Punk showed up well.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, exhausted and gassed and all this stuff. They went for a long time. It felt like a good smooth match. I think one of the things that happened during that match is they really got me. The way that they told the story, we were looking at each other and I was like, could it, like, let's be honest here. Like, what's the probability? Like, could it be that he takes the title tonight? And it got us all the way till the end. And it's like, I was out of my seat because I was like, okay, it might happen. So I need to be standing up.
Yeah, I'm like,
It was good.
yeah, we really liked that they kind of came at Finn as like, oh, you're being complacent. So it was like, okay, this fully opens up every single door for him to come back and be like, yeah, I'm being complacent. Like, I have more to give than what I have been giving. And even then, Finn delivers every single time. Finn always has a good match.
So we talked about two things during that match. The first one was very important. Did everybody notice that he ran a clean babyface match against CM Punk? Hopefully everybody saw that. Finn Balor literally ran a babyface match as a true babyface, like what he called it in Cody Rhodes' podcast, white meat babyface.
Yeah.
Like, he was truly showing up with the old Prince, like Balor, actually not the NXT Prince, like heel turn, but like the old Balor, like true babyface. He was not doing anything in that match that was in any intents and purposes dirty, but also still important to note. Could the way that this match was booked and what they allowed him to do, come back with his old song, come in and have the match that he wants to have, that he probably has wanted to have for a little while, but because he's a part of this gimmick faction and everything that it represents, he's being tamed down to be more of a comedic relief, kind of like settled back leader of a group. But could it be that because of how they booked this, Finn Balor got bit by the bug once more?
Yes.
And
I hope so.
Looking around at a whole arena, chanting his name and booing the world heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be that he then felt, maybe I got one more run in me, and maybe had a conversation with Triple H about it? I don't know.
I would really love to see that. And like, Finn Balor's in such a cool place right now that he's like, he could do any one of his gimmicks and not devalue the other.
Yeah.
You got Prince Balor, you have Finn Balor of the Judgment Day, and then you have the Demon.
Yeah, and you also have Bullet Club Balor, which
Mhm.
we heard in the podcast a couple of stories.
The Cody Rhodes podcast that he was
Cody
on
Rhodes
last
podcast,
week.
we heard a couple of stories from back in New Japan. Because of how things transpired, we've never seen Bullet Club Balor in WWE. We've seen AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson as the original club in WWE, kind of like a little bit of a facade Bullet Club.
Yeah.
But we have never seen Finn Balor go back there, officially go back there. So like, there's so many things that they could do with Finn Balor. He literally showed that he can go, honestly, better than the world champion right now.
I mean, of course, CM Punk's a little bit older, and Finn Balor is in better shape than most other people on their roster.
Yeah.
But wow,
That was a great match.
that was incredible.
We were talking about how like the European tour felt like a pay-per-view after a pay-per-view after a pay-per-view. Like most nights they were out there, they were running like killer matches, 4 titles, defenses, like, 4 or 5-star matches throughout. Like it was really good. Talking about another match that happened last week, we did kind of, and this also goes a little bit with Unreal maybe, but Becky Lynch defeated Maxxine.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to happen. I don't know that I like the subtlety in which they did it. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm curious too because, and also I kind of feel conflicted about Natalya too.
Yeah.
A lot of the stars talk really highly of her, and she's obviously a veteran and nepo baby of this business. And like we see she's been kind of doing some cool stuff with her, like the low-key legend character outside of WWE.
Yeah.
So I am kind of excited to see her potentially have like a feud with Maxxine.
Yeah.
But I will say the segment after the match of Natalya continuing to attack her was awkward.
And then I responded to you when you said that comment. I responded to you with, anything Natalya does comes through as awkward. And that's not like a dig at her. It's just there's something about her personality in ring, or her persona, however she portrays herself, that it just comes across as awkward.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was that she was holding punches and not wanting to really go at Maxxine or whatever. But like we did see a match of Lucha Underground, and we saw a match at Triple A, or Triple Mania from Triple A, yeah. And it was her like blood sport gimmick.
Yeah.
And she was like serious and like kind of like almost like a Ronda Rousey outfit, like short pants and a sports bra and like the gloves. And she like beat that whoever I can't remember who it was, but like she beat her, and it was like impressive. I feel like that would be the only thing I would feel like I would buy in, but I don't know that they want to put her in that spot.
Well, I even think like I kind of can see her and, might sound weird, but her and Nia are kind of similar in their kind of awkward personality.
Yeah.
But the difference is Natalya is excellent in the ring and she knows what she's talking about. Obviously, she's an incredible teacher, and her husband TJ contribute a lot to the business. Nia's come a long way. That's a whole other thing. But anyway, yeah, Natalya just kind of has a little bit of an awkward personality. So I think maybe just the gimmick, the WWE entertainment of her as a talent is maybe just not coming.
Yeah. So we have Becky as the champion going forward. So I'm assuming there's going to be some I wouldn't expect that there would be fallout towards Becky this week. I think the fallout is going to be between Maxxine and Natalya. What I do think I'm looking forward to seeing is what happens now with the Intercontinental Championship. Like who from the mid card at Raw is going to step up, because I want to see, I don't want to have a break, I want to see Becky come out and brag.
Yes.
Everybody says it. This person says it, this other says it, and then music hits and like who's coming out.
I want AJ Lee to have a real feud with Becky. Like,
I was kind of setting it up
AJ.
for you there.
I know. I say this every week, and I'm like, is AJ coming back yet? Because
yeah,
I live for the moment of AJ returning to WWE. That was incredible. A thing we never thought was going to happen.
yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that moment. And I respect AJ as a very like private person. It took a lot for her to come back to the business, but
And then
I would love
their little dog died. That's basically their son. So I feel like if they had any plans for her to return anytime after Survivor Series, I feel like that would have been delayed after the death of their puppy.
all in all, I want to see her have an actual run.
Yeah.
Not just like oh hey, I'm back and I'm just gonna appear a few times. I mean,
Right.
granted, I'm happy with that.
So
love
here's what
AJ
I'm thinking.
I stand for that girl, but you know.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. So Becky's gonna come out tomorrow, maybe. She'll declare for Royal Rumble because she wants to bring. You know what? There's nobody better than me, right? Nobody better. Everybody says it, right?
Yeah.
So that is why I am officially declaring for the Royal Rumble, and I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna win the Rumble and go to WrestleMania to become once again Becky Two Belts. Because there's no other choice.
Yeah.
There's nobody else that can bring prestige to these titles like I can.
Totally.
And cool, she goes, she walks away or whatever happens. So basically nothing happens tomorrow. Then come Royal Rumble, she comes out, she's fighting, and then she's showing up well.
AJ
light it
throws her
up,
out.
hits.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, 25, 26, I feel like would be a good ideal.
Yeah.
25, 26. Here comes out. Becky's looking out to the entrance like with shock. She's like afraid. And then they go at it. And I don't think AJ cares about winning the Rumble.
Oh no.
I think AJ cares about making sure Becky doesn't win the Rumble.
Yeah.
And so she'll come in, and I almost see it as her throwing herself and Becky out and just having her like manic laugh and like looking around with like that psychotic smile
And
that she does.
around, yeah. Ugh.
Right.
And
like
I love that.
And then
idea.
that sets up WrestleMania for them. So yeah, I mean, I think that would be a cool. Again, I'm not in creative, and they have probably other information that they use to book these things that I don't have eyes to. So I'm just saying, fan cast. That's just something that would be fun. But looking forward to seeing what happens with Becky and AJ at the Rumble. I'm expecting AJ to return at the Rumble. That's at the very least that should happen.
I think you're right, and I hope you're right, because he has gotten so many predictions right. Like, we were watching the Cena and Cody face to face at the end of Survivor Series is when he turned.
Oh, Royal Rumble. No, Elimination Chamber last year.
Yes, Elimination Chamber. And he comes in, Cena comes in, he goes to hug Cody, and Rafa's literally like, The Rock is going to give him the signal, and then Cena's going to turn on Cody. And that's exactly what happened. Everybody else in the world was completely shocked, and he was like, this is what's going to happen. And exactly that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible. Obviously, he's been watching since birth, basically.
Yeah. It's there's a few times where I'm like, this is just, it's just awesome to like be able to participate as a viewer, as a fan.
Totally.
One of the things that we really like, talking about participating as a fan, last night, Saturday night's main event, we had 4 or 5 matches. 4 matches. And something I really liked about last night's Saturday night main event. And by the way, if this has been just the thing that's been happening, apologies. Last night was the first time I noticed it. Number one, the ring does not have advertisement. It only has the big main event, Saturday night main event logo. It doesn't have like the Prime and like the, Saudi thing and like all that crap. Right. And then the other thing that I noticed was that the commercial breaks were in between matches. So not one single match had a segment break in between the match, like in Raw or SmackDown. So for all intents and purposes, if it really felt like a PLE broadcast where you see the full match and then you go to a break and then they set you up for the next match and so on and so forth. It really was nice. The flow was nice. The event was very nice. We were kind of, the way that it started was kind of hectic.
I'm conflicted about how I feel about Cody versus Jacob. Because I'm all for like a backstage segment, going through the crowd, delaying the match, and even like, the match never starting in a regular Monday or Friday night show. But for a PLE match to not even have like a winner,
Yeah,
felt weird. And so we're hoping that this is leading to something huge, honestly, because it's a lot to not even start a match.
yeah.
I don't think we've seen something like that.
There was a level of expectation, I think, and I'm sure we're not the only ones, that when the match doesn't actually start and then they go through the crowd and they do all that stuff, all the crazy, it was crazy entertaining to watch. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, everything that was happening. And then what had me scratch my head was the one person that has no vested reason why to get in the way of this complete crap show at the beginning of this event. Drew McIntyre shows up and lays both guys. Here's why I don't think this fits.
Yeah.
Neither of these guys are actively challengers or active challengers to Drew's title.
Right.
They're not on the four way match that's happening later in the night, which means that none of them will be the one that you have to focus on Royal Rumble. So
Jacob himself also said in the promo before the match, "Oh, I don't even care about the title. Like, you think I care about a title match?
This is not about a title. This is not about a title.
Yeah.
So what is Drew doing? Like, and let's say for a second, what they're trying to set up is Sami Zayn winning in Saudi and for the first time ever winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And the way that they set it up is by having Drew interfere in this capacity at Saturday Night's main event 1 week prior to that match, hitting both Cody, who already hates him,
right,
and wants to lay it on, and Fatu, who literally came back to just throw hands with Drew. He shows up. They book him to show up and disrupt this match and like lay them both down. So that next week in Saudi, as Drew is fighting Sami, here comes Cody, here comes Jacob, and it's not even about the title. It's about giving Drew what he deserves, and then Sami wins.
Right.
Like, it's the only thing that makes sense to me on why they would have Drew come out and attack two guys that are not posing a threat to his championship reign today. There's no reason for him to have shown up in that match and disrupted the way that he did.
Yeah.
Other than if they are trying to book him to lose at Saudi and have those two guys be the reason why he loses.
Yeah, I'm like, Drew, you have the title now. You don't have to.
You don't have to show up.
Concern yourself with little.
Do you think Roman
like
Reigns during his 3 historic years holding the undisputed title concerned himself with showing up to an event where he's not fighting, number one?
Mm-hmm.
Number two, to disrupt a match between people that are not a threat to him? No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
If anything, he would send his guys, his goons, but like the bloodline. But even then, it would have not made any sense. So they would have not done it. So what are they doing here?
Cody had feuds with like the the bloodline outside of the championship. Like Cody already had the title and he
Right.
was feuding a lot with, but it makes sense because he's a face. So
Of course.
Cody's sticking himself into situations that don't concern the title because
Right.
he genuinely wants to help his friends
Right.
or whatever. And
But Drew had no fit in this thing.
right, Drew should be like
Focusing on his match.
title defenses, and like he doesn't have to concern himself with any of this.
Yeah.
Makes sense for him to attack Sammy at the end of the night, but that's it.
Yeah. So that happened.
Yeah.
I am hoping that it does not lead to what I just said. So I will not say it again.
Okay, one more outcome that we were not happy about with last week was Julia and Kiana James,
My
number one
goodness.
contenders for the tag team. Again, why does this concern?
Does Triple H owe money to Julia? Maybe there's some blackmail taking place here going on. Because, like, what is this push that they're giving this girl?
Oh, I'm so confused. It should have been Nia and Lash Legend.
Sure.
As the number one contender.
Absolutely.
Whether or not they won, like,
great
it'd be
chemistry.
cool to see them as tag champs at some point.
Absolutely.
But it's not like it would crush them if they didn't win.
They look like a true tag team.
Yeah.
Good chemistry. Great, just impressive duo.
Yeah. Entertaining.
What is Kiana and Julia doing first of all, in this contenders match to begin with? What are they doing in this? They're not a true tag team.
Yeah.
They are a U.S. Women's Champion and her business associate, as they always bring it up.
Yeah.
They are not a true tag team. What are they? And then on top of that, fine. If you just need to fill the gap and fill the hole, sure, put them in there. But to have them win over two tag teams that are true tag teams that are truly like in the division. So what are you saying? Julia as a U.S. champion is so bad that you have to pit her in the tag division?
And it's another example of like kind of the Lyra treatment. They're pushing her too fast for no reason. And even I personally would prefer Lyra as the champ over Julia.
Yeah.
But I mean, and they gave Lyra had 2 belts for what, 24 hours maybe?
Yeah.
But what if they give them the titles? That would make no sense. I don't even know why they're in the tag picture at all, but I wouldn't put it against them.
There is no way.
I feel like
But that's what we said before they won.
Yeah, I know. I feel like they know that something's lacking in Julia's run, but you can't just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that like she's going to get over with the crowd. And like, again, you just can't force these kind of things. Julia is talented and she will go places at some point. Her gimmick with Kiana
is not going
working.
Anywhere.
There's no chemistry.
Nope.
Both in their promos and...
Yeah, no. There's no chemistry. And Kiana's impressive too in the ring. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, she's not a tag team... not a true tag team with Julia. Like you can see it, it just doesn't work. I don't know why they're putting them there.
Yeah, to be honest, I felt like Kiana kind of stole the show from Julia in that tag match. But I hate Kiana's gimmick too. Like
she's just carrying a purse up and down.
Her gimmick is purse. She just has a purse all the time.
When you think of a business associate, close your eyes. Business associate. Do you see a woman carrying a purse half of her size
with a mini skirt?
And
like.
Is that what you imagine?
I don't get it.
Crazy stuff.
I would rather see Kiana as a member of the Secret Service. I think that would be a cool fit.
Yeah. Because she could look like a bodyguard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she and Chelsea would have good chemistry.
Oh, for sure.
But
Chelsea has good chemistry with everybody.
She does.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So I think that brings us to the Rumble. Is there anything else we missed with the week recap?
No, I think you... one thing that I did hear you say about Lyra... brings me back to the Unreal episode of Lyra. Do you want to talk about that or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think everybody saw her. Was it SummerSlam?
Yeah. It was so bad.
The match with Becky.
Yeah. It was so bad.
Really rough. And I love that they brought it up because the positive things about Unreal is that you can People love to sympathize. People love an underdog. People love to relate.
Yes.
So to me, when I saw Lyra talking about that match, and she said that match I had lost before I even exited the
She
curtain.
didn't even go through the curtain through Gorilla, and she was already knowing that she was out of the game.
She completely psyched herself out. And that match, she even was like, "Why did I continue to pretend like the
Zip ties were still
were on?
going.
I don't know. I thought maybe the cameras didn't see it." And it's like, we all have done something like that
In our life, yeah.
we're like, well, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe I'll do this. And you make the wrong decision. But so I feel for her. And I think, to me, she's just young.
Yeah.
She hasn't matured as a wrestler. She's talented for sure. And I understand why the roster loves her, because she seems very down to earth and humble. But I think she just needs more time.
Which is why I think it's nice that they put her back with Bailey.
Yeah.
Because short of sending her back to NXT, this is the only second best option. You either cut your losses, or you send her back to development, and that's just gonna be a hit to the gut to her and her fans. Or you pit her with a veteran and hope that she learns quickly, and kind of just ramp up fast. And so I think they made a good choice to have her with Bailey.
Yeah, I agree.
It was a good episode. It was an emotional episode for sure. What she say? When anything could go wrong, went wrong.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the day.
Yeah.
And it was
so that could go wrong, went wrong.
It was so sad to see when she's backstage afterwards and she's like bawling.
Yeah.
But she's like so stressed. You can tell she's afraid. She's stressed, she's afraid, she's nervous, she's disappointed. All of the emotions, you can literally see them at face value as she is talking to the camera and basically just saying, beating herself up.
It's so much pressure.
Everybody was telling her it's okay, it was better than you think, this and that. And she's over here beating herself up so bad. And to your point, I can relate with that. A lot of people can. A lot of people that are like perfectionists, or a lot of people that are in a position somewhere at work or with family or with hobbies where like they're the person that people look up to for guidance over things. Like whenever you fail, it really hits. So yeah, it was a very good episode. We learned a lot from her. Not in a way that makes me think, what, she deserves a push, like what happened with Chelsea and her showcase in that show, but rather it made me empathize with the fact that she is very much still green.
Yes.
And she needs more time to cook.
Right. We're excited to see where she goes in the future. Do I need her to have a title again right now? No.
But she just focus on learning the ropes, learning the flow.
Yeah.
Getting some reps under your belt, like get comfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and get comfortable with thinking on the spot, pivoting on the spot, adapting on the spot. Like these are the things that made that day be as horrible as it was.
Yeah.
Take your time. There's no rush. She's like super young.
Yeah.
She's going to be there.
Oh yeah. She'll be fine.
Royal Rumble.
So I think predictions are still more or less the same. I still predict Liv as the winner. I want to see a Paige come back. I keep kind of going back and forth between the men's Rumble. I think you said you think that Seth is going to take it.
Oh, Seth is coming back and taking that thing. Who do you think is... you said you're going back and forth between
That's the thing. I don't know. And I feel comfortable just leaving it up to what creative decide.
You're like, that's why I'm so glad that I'm not in that creative room.
Okay, as long as it's not Trick Williams.
Don't 100%. No, it cannot be Trick Williams. Another thing.
Same thing with him. He's not ready.
Here's the other thing too, by the way. They've been introducing Obafemi for what seems like an entire year at this point.
Where is he? Is he ever coming to the main roster? I'm confused.
So here's what's going to happen. That's what it is. He is going to, his inaugural match in main roster is going to be at the Rumble. Now, is it purposeful? Are they thinking, you come in, we've been basically hyping you up as this beast, and then you come in and you win it all? Ooh.
I could
Okay,
see them doing that, but I don't like it
you don't like it? Okay, I
because
got Seth Rollins. I got Oba.
I could see Obafemi coming in and like breaking the record, coming in at maybe number 1, maybe even being the runner up or something. But I think for me in the Royal Rumble, what I like to see is an underdog win.
Right.
And, may not be realistic every single time, but I also, you want to see somebody win who you're rooting for. And it's hard to root for somebody who we don't know. Like there's people in NXT or people who are NXT fans who are going to root for that guy.
Right.
But I don't know enough about him to root for him and be excited for him to win. And obviously there's no storyline. I think, and that was the issue with Charlotte winning, was we know who Charlotte is, but like she's not an underdog. She was injured for a while and then she just came back and won it, and didn't feel realistic.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel relatable.
Here's what I have. Seth Rollins would be a shocker, but predictable.
Yeah.
1. Obafemi would be if we're really looking at the future and creative is more concerned about pushing and propelling towards the future rather than doing fan service today, and not even fan service, but like giving it to somebody that's been built for it. Obafemi makes sense there. If they are looking to give it to somebody that they've been building towards, then that's where Braun Breaker comes in. So from the
I wouldn't be mad at
newbies,
Braun Breaker.
from the newbies, I think Obafemi, if they're just saying, put a rocket on you and let you just shoot for the stars,
I think it's
or
never
Braun
a good
Breaker
idea
if
to
it's
put
like
the rocket.
yeah, or Braun Breaker if it's if they're gonna go with somebody they've been kind of building in the main card scene. Another predictable fan favorite would be Randy Orton, although we know that he might have a part to play in Elimination Chamber. But Orton did come back early this year, set on a goal to get 15. He did not win the four-way match last night, so he goes on to Royal Rumble, and he did campaign in Saudi. He missed Cena's match to be in Saudi to specifically campaign for the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Maybe that's something there to consider. A true underdog. You ready? Penta.
Oh, everybody would love Penta to win.
Nobody would complain, and it would be a true underdog story in the context of WWE. Penta could be. I have those are my 5.
And then of course Dominic Mysterio is another one that.
But I think as I said
awesome.
last night in our live, which by the way, we're trying to be live in TikTok during most Saturday PLEs and shows. So check us out on TikTok. But as far as Dom, I mentioned last night, I do see him none of this stuff. I do see him down the line in September winning that briefcase, Money in the Bank. He's going to be dirty Money in the Bank.
That's true. Dirty money.
So that's my prediction. I think
agree.
a couple predictions I have for returns. We know AJ Lee coming back, right? I think we might actually get KO to return. This has been a year since about 10 months since his having to leave because of that neck injury. So hopefully 10 months is enough.
That'd be awesome.
He has been seen backstage. Seth Rollins should return, in my opinion. I don't think Dom returns for Rumble. I think he's going to be out a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
He might return and surprise everybody, but he's not been seen. So Saraya, or should we say Paige?
Yes.
Paige. We definitely think
I can say with almost certainty that I'm pretty sure she's gonna return.
And potentially we get Y2J in Y26. You get it? Year 26. Anyways. So Chris Jericho might also make an appearance.
Yes.
with his super old self.
What about Brie mode? I don't know. I feel like there was one match that at the end, Nikki, like you can hear her faintly say, "Just wait till my girl comes back." So
Oh,
I
I
don't know.
didn't
I
see
think
that.
we could
It's a cool
potentially,
hint.
yeah, that was a while back before she turned heel, even. But I think it'd be cool to see a potential
Bella Twins.
yeah. Again, do we want the Bella Twins to come back and be pushed as like main card champions or even the tag title? I don't know, but it is cool and it's nostalgic to have all of them. But
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. As always, follow and subscribe, like this video.
yes, we try to drop new episodes every Sunday. Yeah, that's it. Like you said, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.